We're going to look at another application of the resistograph, which is testing power poles. Power poles are a big problem for many utilities. Decay is hard to detect, and most of the methods out there are pretty primitive. The resistograph gives very accurate information about decay in the critical areas of the pole down near and just below grade. Typically, we see power companies testing a pole 3 times to look for decay. 2 45-degree angle drillings made at grade for testing below ground, 1 drilling made horizontally at grade, and then IML recommends a drilling at a neutral point on the pole for a baseline measurement. We're going to drill this pole now at 45 degrees at grade. This drilling will give us information about the condition of the pole below grade. I'm going to use the 45-degree adapter tip for the drill that just fits on the tip here. And this just allows us to hold the drill steady at exactly 45 degrees. We've picked up some shell decay in this pole. And we're back into some sound wood here. This profile is typical for a western red cedar pole. We're picking up some more decay in the inner portion of the pole here. I'm pointing here at the electronic unit. I did record this drilling for use later. We've got the information on the wax paper strip, but the electronic unit allows a really good way to put the information into a file on the computer and show it or send it around or store it for later use. As I reverse the unit, the readout here is just showing the depth of my penetration into the tree. And now it shows the measurements stored and the ID number comes up. And so I've got the date, the number of the pole, and the number of the drilling I've made recorded there. So we're sitting here looking at a great example of why the resistograph is going to be a very important tool for the utility industry. We have here an old pole and a brand new replacement pole. The old pole has had boron rods inserted in the base to prevent decay. We can see here a dowel sticking out of the hole. That's the test hole. The test that was done to see if this pole was okay was to use a big drill and drill into it, trying to see in a very primitive fashion whether the pole was sound or not. So with a resistograph, we can answer the question which I don't think has been answered, and that is, was this pole rotten enough to replace? I can say already that if the decay of the pole was the reason this was replaced, it was a mistake. It's pretty interesting to look at the resistograph drill recording. We have a tiny bit of shell decay, maybe a ½ inch or so at the very outer edge of the pole, and then quickly up into a typical pattern for a sound pole of western red cedar. So we can safely say that there is no decay at the base of this pole and no reason to replace it. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the various applications of the resistograph drill demonstrated. Clearly, this tool is the best thing out there for testing trees, poles, beams, timber structures of various sizes and shapes. You can test houses for structural problems and termite damage. It's important to remember that the resistograph drill is only as good as the person handling it. We hope you'll visit the IML USA website, where there's lots of great information that'll help you get the most out of your resistograph drill. IML USA, in cooperation with Tree Solutions Inc., also offers intensive seminars on the care and feeding of the resistograph drill. These small group experiences will give you hands-on knowledge of how to maintain your drill, how to interpret the data, and to learn some tips from people who've been using these marvelous instruments for over 10 years. I hope you can come join us for one of our seminars this year.